Oh, hello, we're alive. What's on Twitch tonight? Well, if you ask me, disembodied voice inside my brain, I would tell you Planet of the Spiders. You get your half of that, your second half, you get your 3 last episodes, you get your final 3 whips. You get your final 3 episodes of Big Pertwee, and then you get your robot, your first Tom Baker. I imagine the chat will be pretty hot when that happens. Last year, when Robot was on, the numbers were pretty cracking. Robot 4 episodes, again, that seems right. Ark in Space 4 episodes, classic. Sontaran Experiment, only a wee 2 episodes, but it really does. It's good. It's a nice wee breather one. It's more Sontarans. Genesis of the Daleks, 6 episodes. I imagine the chat will be pretty great during that as well. And then Terra of the Zygons, 4 episodes. Oh my gosh. Oh my golly gosh. This is prime Classic Who. This is potentially my pick for best season of Classic Who. I think it's up there. It's probably up there for everyone, really. It's really, 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 really cute in very indisputable ways. For one thing, Genesis of the Daleks situated within it. I feel like Genesis is a thing you could use against it. You could say that, yes, Genesis of the Daleks is potentially the best classic episode, but it has all the love. But also the episodes around it are good, but not necessarily great. I would counter that with the fact that, no, they're pretty good. Even that Cyberman one, which I'm pretty sure most people think is guff, but we'll get to it. So, you got your Planet of the Spiders. Again, shame spot, not seen it. Probably won't, for fear of endings. I'm sure that has a name. Robot. Robot's your first proper episode of the night. Robot is just the third Doctor episode. I feel like people use that against it. They're like, Tom Baker's great, but his first episode is, a bit shaky because, there was the handover with production. It was still, it was various people making it. That it wasn't Hinchcliffe and Holmes or whatever. It wasn't. They hadn't bedded in their style and format, and they hadn't changed the show enough from Third Doctor's vibe. It's still a unit episode. The Brigadier's in there, everything like that. I think there's something fun. I think it's a good gimmick, really. I think you could retroactively apply it to other things. You could do. There's comics you could do this because the episode it's the fourth Doctor, but it feels like a third Doctor episode, and I feel like you could do that with other things, like do a fifth Doctor episode that feels like a 13th Doctor episode, which I suppose isn't that much of a change. It's probably a very, very, very bad example, but you get what I'm saying, So it's fun watching the fourth Doctor have to be a part of the unit machine and cutting about in a jeep. I mean, Bessie's not in it. It could have been Bessie, but he's like, no, Bessie's a wee bit behind me now. I'm Baker now. Staying away for that. Is he in Bessie? I feel like he's in Bessie. Does he drive around Bessie? Because I remember him being in a jeep, but does he use Bessie at the end? Because this episode has a robot in it because it's called Robot, and it might be the laziest named episode of Doctor Who ever, but lazy's subjective. You could just say it's a style choice. Robot. It's a classy minimalist title. The robot's weird. It's like a disco robot because we're firmly into disco era Who now. It's got the face because it's like a Clank You're Dead robot. It's got the hands on it. Always freaked me out because they're like claws, but they're hanging off wire, so they're kind of limp like that. And he does a lot of Clank You're Dead stuff. It basically is like King Kong, where I feel like this is the point where I'm like, oh, robots. But no, it's just it gets to King Kong territory, and also it starts to grow at one point. The Brigadier shoots it with a disintegrator gun. And again, I'm well into 70s tech levels being all over the place, but he gets a disintegrator gun from scientists, I feel. And he's like, no, Doctor, I'm just going to shoot the thing with a disintegrator gun because I feel like I feel like disintegrator guns you can't really go wrong with them, and then it immediately goes wrong, and it like turns into a giant. Like it's like a Power Rangers ending. It's great. I feel like people don't like Robot enough. Also, it's got like neo-Nazis in it, and it's very much like a kind of Third Doctor political, social kind of piece where like the far right is encroaching on the 70s, and also they've got scientists that are building robots, or they're taking advantage of scientists to build robots. Got a wee bit of thing on the screen, that wee shake there. But Robot's good. It's a cracker. It's got Harry Sullivan in it, who's one of my favourite companions. I know I'm not being that in depth with these. Like I could probably take a lot more time and just sit and be like, the companions introduced in these episodes were blah 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 blah. No, I'm just going to like talk about my vague, strong but vague memories of who Harry Sullivan is. A great companion. I really like him. Don't know what it is about him. I feel like he's just like a kind of cardboard cutout sailor man, but like it really works. And it's like a good Trinity kind of thing they set up with him. Like there's a great interaction between him, the Doctor, and Sarah. So it's kind of like a kind of pyramid of like interactions, and like it doesn't like feel like too much, because a lot of the time when you get more than one companion, it feels like too much. It never really feels like that with Harry, and he's always like just falls back on being like a stereotypical 70s sailor man. It's great. I wish there was more of him. Nice. So I don't know why I'm looking at the thing, because it's like Ark in space. Like it's Robot, and then you're like, oh, Robot's okay, but then it's like immediately just Aliens happens, and it's incredible. Ark in Space has been talked about to death, because this series has been talked about to death because it's the first Baker and it's got so much love. But Ark in Space is the one I saw most of as a big fan. I think I had the VHS, the black, these ones, the black. Come on, light. Okay, it's gonna mirror it, but the black bordered, like the designed ones like these. I'm pretty sure I had this of Ark in Space, and Ark in Space is a cracker. It's got fantastic set design, fantastic monsters design. The Wyvern. I can never say that right, but the Wyvern are great. They're like a more silly alien, like xenomorph kind of thing. And there's a lot of body horror that goes in, and like I know, like you'll probably stop me there and you'll be like, it's body horror, but it's body horror achieved with bubble wrap. And as a bear, that didn't bother me. I clearly saw that it was bubble wrap, but they painted it green, people. Like you act like it was just bubble wrap. It's like, oh, classic Who, and it's tinfoil and it's bubble wrap. They painted that, right? And I feel like they did a wee texture effect on it and everything. Like, what do you want? The actor acted his wee heart out with his bubble wrapped hand, his monstrous. Like he did cracking work with that. A more competent man would know that actor's name, but I don't. I just remember his great acting. I believe he played the part of Noah, because it's Noah's Ark. Because at some point you just have to drop all of the subtlety. It's got that speech. It's got the humans are indomitable speech, and like it's that speech makes a lot of the Doctor's interactions. I know all of these like incarnations are different and stuff, but like see when he's like criticizing humans, I'm like, didn't you just I say just, but like didn't you hundreds of years ago give that incredible goosebumpy speech about how humans are indomitable, cool lads that'll like outsit the sun or whatever? But whether they're great, like they're part of that thing that I want to see more of, because they kind of like feel like evolutions of the ants and the bees from Web in Time, the Web Planet. I'm bad with names. You might find that out over the course of many attempts of these videos, but they feel like those ants and bees. There's like the same kind of costume design. I imagine the actors' feet were just like poking out the bottom, so you never see them from that point. And they're like their bug legs are just like big, huge. What are they called? Pipe cleaners. Big pipe cleaner limbs, and they're great. They look cool. They're that kind of really going for it paper mache that the 70s was great at. And it was, once you light paper mache in like such a way, it looks great. Or at least they found a way. And I feel like, again, it's just them on a base. Like it's them on, but like they make the thing about that I like about Doctor Who is that they make great use of their like settings, because the Ark in Space just takes place on this Ark, this satellite that houses some of the remains of humanity. It's kind of made clear in the episode that it isn't just all of humanity, that like some of this was just like escape part, because the plot is that in this time period there was solar flares and the Earth was uninhabitable, so they had to make arcs and stuff. But like there's like we hints, like I say hints, there's like outright stated bits in the dialogue where like there's like raiders or like other humans that have like survived and not gone into cryo sleep, but these are like pure whatever humans from the past that have went into cryo and are now here to repopulate the Earth because it's that sci-fi. But yeah, they make their setting work because they embellish it. They have all the time. They have all those episodes to like embellish the space station or the Ark with a kind of sense of place. And like, yes, that is just so they can run about it and have chases with aliens and like go through like air ducts and then like set up a rocket launch and stuff. But like, it's memorable, and not just because we watched it when we were young, but because it had effort put into it. And I know this is where I would like side eye like New Who or whatever, but like I'm just complimenting the show really. Like they did good work. It should be noted. And then it's like, does it go into Daleks? I can never bloody remember. Ark in Space, then the Sontaran experiment, yeah, because they go down to the Earth for a wee jaunt because they're like they deal with the withering, and then they go for a wee jaunt to the Earth to see if it's all right, and then it's all right. Like it's fine. It's very hilly actually. Like there's a lot of hills and a lot of kind of greenery, and it's fine because it's been hundreds, if not thousands, of years, and the solar flares either like did stuff, but like it's fine. They go down, and then there's a Sontaran, and they have a wee run around with a Sontaran for 2 episodes, and it's a good wee breather. It's a good wee like, oh, hey, the Sontarans. I feel like the Sontarans like makeup's not on point, but it's always weird. I always feel like I've got my water now. I always feel like it's more time between Sontaran experience, like appearances. It feels like between Time Warrior and Sontaran Experiment, there's more time somehow. Even though that's like a year or whatever, or not even a year between them, it feels like more in my mind because it's like, oh, it's between Doctors, so there's clearly time because like Pertwee didn't get a Cyberman episode, so it feels like they gave it a rest, but they just trotted out the concept again. They're like, oh, we've got this cool monster that people seem to respond to, so we'll just fire it in. Oh, that is good water. I've still got my milk glass. I should take that back. Things are just piling up here while I make these endless videos. But there's a cool robot. I say cool, it's bad looking, but it's a good kind of 70s bad. A lot of these 70s episodes are just me going, it's a 70s version of the thing. It's got wires. And then it goes straight into Daleks. I don't know why I'm looking at this list because I bloody know it off by heart. Genesis of the Daleks is great. It's a wee bit long, right? That'll be my angle when I'm talking about this one. It's a wee bit. There's a wee bit of padding. Like you get your Davros, you get your big Dave Ross, and he's probably the best. Oh, I don't know. It's hard because I really like Terry Malloy as Davros, like from the 3 R's. From the 5th, 6th, and 7th Doctor episodes. I really like him playing the part. And whoever they got to play him in Destiny of the Daleks isn't that bad. And I quite like Destiny of the Daleks, but that's a subject for another time. Basically, where I'm going with this is I don't have that much affection for the first actor, who I can't remember the name of, to play Davros, and I feel like that's sacrilege, and I'll be jumped by various Doctor Who ninjas waiting in the shadows for me to say these horrible things, but I don't really, like, I know he's probably technically iconic or whatever, but he doesn't, I don't know. I like Genesis of the Daleks, it's really good. It's really grim, and it does... The Daleks are very silly and very like Buck Rogers sci-fi, and then Genesis of the Daleks brings it to like World War One, World War Two stuff. There's a lot of trench warfare in the first episode, and a lot of like, this is how Scarrow, this is what Scarrow is, and it's not just like Buck Rogers Thals in their like tights making jokes in the like the dust forests or whatever. Like this is like, war is bad. They do their war is bad Dalek episode, and not like the Daleks are space Nazis, but like Genesis is the one where it's like, no, they very much are space Nazis. These are like Nazi bunkers and Nazi uniforms and stuff. Nazi salutes. I'm just gonna keep saying Nazis, but that's the vibe. And it's very like 70s. It's very like post-war raid film. Like it's very like I guess it's equal parts like sci-fi and World War II film. So it's and like that's like a big kind of demographic-y thing in the 70s. So that's probably why a lot of people like it. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. Like it knew what it was doing. I knew what it was going for, the vibe, and like it's got like all those iconic moments where the Doctor's like the two wee things. He's like, "Do I have the right?" And it's like, you probably have as like a Time Lord. This is where I fall in this debate. As a Time Lord, you probably have the right to like kill the Daleks. And I know his like logic is like everyone, it'll be better because like all these races that were only pals before will be pals. I just feel like the Daleks' existence a bit of a doozy, like. We know that it's like the first shot of the Time War, and I'm big into RTDs. Like, hey, see that time when the Doctor tried to assassinate the Daleks when they were babies? That was the first shot of the Time War. Hey. That's great fan work. RTD. That's great. Like fan with absolute power work. I don't know if that vibe was going about before. Well, I wouldn't have been going about before, 9, but I don't know if that was held in such high mythic lore before 9 enshrined it as Time War stuff, and like RTD got in there with these like, hey, see Genesis, yeah, because it makes such logical sense. It's so good. It's so timey-wimey, and like, of course it is. Of course that was the first thing. Genesis is really good. I might like Revenge of the Cybermen more. I might have more nostalgia for Revenge of the Cybermen. How am I going to commit this to film? Oh, is the Cyberman not on there? What? Oh my gosh. What is going on? Holy God. Are the Cybermen episode what? Right, let me look at the Fifth Doctor stuff. Earthshock. Earthshock is on there, okay. Why isn't Revenge of the Cybermen's not? Oh my gosh. Twitch. Representatives from Twitch. Is the schedule messed up? Like what? James, right? James, you've been watching these episodes. See if the schedule's wrong. Like, let me know. And like see if Revenge of the Cybermen's on there. Am I just looking at the wrong thing? Yeah, it goes Genesis and Alex into Terror of the Zygons. Like, what? Like, let's just talk about Revenge of the Cybermen. I'm not sure why it's not on this schedule. I imagine either the schedule's wrong or for some reason they're not showing Revenge of the Cybermen. An absolute banger of an episode in my mind. I know it's not very good, but it feels good. I thought it was quite memorable. The Cybermen designs are great. They've got some of that kind of... They've refined the 60s Cybermen designs to a point and added a bit of kind of 70s bulk. And the tubules, the handlebars are more like pipes. And there's a kind of musculature to the Cybermen. I imagine they got beefy men to do them. And I know they probably don't really do much in the story. I like them when they kind of rocked up in their cardboard tube spaceship. And I guess aesthetics is the only reason I quite like those Revenge of the Cybermen. They look good. They do. The leader has like a big black helmet. It's great. They'll probably be my monster of the night just to spite Twitch / the schedule. But yeah, it's them running around Wookiee Hole caves for many episodes, and then like a very like confusing appearance by the Gallifreyan sigil on the planet of gold. I'm sure like other expanded universe stuff has probably covered that, and like because the Time Lords probably would have a hand in a planet of gold. seems like, they're very ostentatious, and also they'd probably want, it'd probably be like an asset in like Cyber Wars with the planet of Goldbee, specifically, for the Time Lords to have a hand in and just have like, a wee planet of gold stashed away. It's like, oh, the Cybermen are getting up to like stuff on the lower planes. Maybe like set that gold planet on them. And it's like, oh yeah, we will. So it's probably explained there, but like it just appears, and you're like, what? How does the Time Lord Simsel appear in this episode with the planet of gold, the Vogans? It's fine. There's a tape recorder in the, because they go back to the Ark. That was another thing I like. They go back to the Ark, and it's clearly just them reusing the set because they've run out of money. And it's a very like they've run out of money episode, and that's fine. There will be them occasionally, especially after you've just done a huge banger like Genesis of the Daleks. I don't know what the production order was, but I assume they did Genesis of the Daleks, and then they had no money, and they're like, what are we going to do? I don't know. Cyberman Caves, the same Ark in space set, but like, I feel like they go to a point in time before the solar flares where the Ark was like a traffic satellite or something, and there's some like vague low level spy game stuff with an evil man in a turtleneck, and he's got like a future tech like spy box with like a tape thing in it. I don't know. There's cases to be made where like they'll come, like it's like a schizotech future where they've got space colonies and stuff, but also it's like tape-based tech. People mock it, basically, is what I'm getting at, but it's fine. Why is it not on this stream? What's that about? If anyone knows, fill me in. And it's Terror the Zygons. Big classic to end the night, if you're still awake. Banger of an episode. That monster design is key. The wee suction cups, the face, the whispering, the Loch Ness monster, Scotch. Has a wee place in my heart. I've not actually seen it. I didn't watch it last year. I don't think I've seen it for ages and ages and ages. I'll have to go back. I'll have to watch it. Well, I'll say I'll go back. I'll watch it tonight when it's on, and we'll have a good time. We'll have a banger of a time. Zygons probably win Monster of the Night because, like, what have you got? It's stiff competition because you've got spiders because that's still on tonight, but you've got Robot. Robot looks great. Ark Space of Withering are incredible. The Sontarans are the Sontaran. The Daleks are the Daleks. I suppose you give Monster to Davros. Yeah, you give Monster of the Night to Davros. Big Dave Ross. Incredible design, very memorable. Like when it's just going to be these ones, it'll be like, the obvious one. The obvious one wins. But Monster of my heart, Zygons look great. I'm pretty sure that was like a condition in Tennant's contract for, like, it wasn't, but like see when he came back to do the 50th, and it was like Zygons were weirdly the thing. Like I'm pretty sure he was like, I'll come back if you do Zygons, hey. Because he bloody loves Zygons. I'm pretty sure he's been on record about him bloody loving Zygons. Zygons are great. I watched those Zygon Capaldi episodes again because I feel like I was not having a great time when I watched them because they were doing an ISIS thing, and it was weird that the Zygons were basically ISIS, but I didn't give enough credit at the time. I'll go back and watch them. But yes, what's my pick of the night going to be? Because it's basically, my pick of the night is the season. It's all of the episodes. Like, if you're a classic Who fan, if you're a fan of Doctor Who, you probably need to sit down and watch this season at some point. I know it might sprawl over into other episodes. I'm not quite sure what the actual season order is, but this block of episodes is such a solid block of TV. Such a solid block of entertainment that you pretty much owe it. Like, I'm going to be that guy. You pretty much owe it to yourself to watch the episode. But it's so good. Like, there's very few flaws, and when they are, they're fun flaws. Remember that clam in Genesis of the Daleks? I feel like there's an evil, genetically engineered, radioactive clam that menaces Harry Sullivan and maybe the Doctor at one point when they're like making one of their jaunts between the two cities. Because a lot of that episode is them making jaunts between two cities. Just saying. But I feel like I'm being very aggressive to Genesis of the Daleks. It's just hard to talk about because it's like the episode of Doctor Who. It's like one of the greatest pieces of the franchise. So what is there to say other than vaguely mean things to get attention? But I would say, if you put a gun to my head, what one would I watch? Terror of the Zygons is one I want to see again. So maybe I'll make that my pick of the night. Ark in Space, right? Ark in Space is so good, and it doesn't get, because Genesis gets all the love in the season, and Ark is still beloved, but it's not equally as beloved. So I'll kick it some love its way. Go watch Ark in Space. Ark in Space is classic Who. It's the one where they establish the tone that they're going for. Robots, like, we still have this third Doctor episode that we need to like film or whatever, or we don't have our scripts in place. But Ark in Space is the one. Go watch it. It's the pick of the day. Bye. I think I'll stop filming this block of episodes now because I've clearly ran out of puff. Bye.